what's up, internet? It's the Jerry Crew. Yeah, we are the Jerry Crew. We post every week, or at least we tried to, but
not
then
lately. One of the reasons why we were fucking like not filming anything is because I got COVID. My whole family got COVID. Don't fucking be stupid. That's all I have to say. Just don't. But today, now that I am able to reunite with this one, we are going to be telling you some stories of a time when things weren't shit.
We're gonna be talking about frat parties. It was an ancient custom that was once found at college universities. So like my freshman year, I was like a very, very like goody two-shoes kid because I did not want to be caught drinking because scholarships and things like that. So I didn't start going to frat parties until I was a sophomore in college because I was able to go to house parties. Because for some reason, freshmen, they act like hermits, sort of. Like they'll want to like drink in their apartments like weirdos, and it's like, why don't you want to like go out and like go to a house party or something?
X gon' give it to you. Fuck you to get it on your own. X gon' deliver to you.
Like,
I remember there were freshmen that were at the frat parties. However,
they got tased.
Huh?
People didn't want the freshmen there.
Why? Yeah, because I remember them just being like, "Oh, the cops got called on us," so that the freshmen would like leave, and then like after they left, we would all just like start partying to Africa by Toto again.
Yeah. The last frat party we went to was last January.
Was it last January?
It was.
Oh, she went to one before me that I wasn't able to go to, and she just told me all this shit, and I was like,
wow.
So I decided to go to the next one that they had. It was sophomore year.
Yeah.
It changed my life, you know? So we go to this fucking like frat party, and we get really drunk, and it's like my first time, and me and Cassie are kind of like, we're hermits,
Yeah.
but we like to party. We'll go to a party, but we like to have our own like little like safe places, you know what I mean? This frat house had like 3 floors. It was like a small house, but it was like...
It was like stacked.
It was stacked. We had like shots, and we had like a couple drinks.
Yeah.
And we just decided to go to the 3rd floor of this house that just so happened to have a longboard at the top of it, near stairs. And me and Cassie were the only ones there. Cassidy decides she wants to ride it.
I did.
And that'd be all well and good if I weren't intoxicated off my fucking ass too. And she just decides, hey, wow. Here's a longboard near some stairs that go down not 1, not 2, but 3 staircases.
And what's funny too is that I'm bad at skateboarding at the best of times, let alone when I'm intoxicated.
So she just decides, hey,
Let me add
it.
So I have such good memories though. I was just like going like Kate was like trying to like stop me from falling. It was like instead of giving like my intoxicated best friend a break, I just kept getting back on the longboard.
Yeah, just when I thought she was done, she hopped right back the fuck on.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Because I guess she just really wanted to kill herself that day.
Yeah.
We stayed up there for like a majority of the time.
Yeah, we did.
Because people kept coming and going. We were like just chilling there, but like people kept like intoxicated people just kept coming and coming.
And they kept asking us for advice.
Yeah, we helped like 5 different people out with their fucking problems.
I don't know what about us like exuded like wisdom.
I don't know. Someone compared us to those 2 old men Muppets.
That was a great number. I don't care what you say.
I thought it was dumb.
Maybe you're right.
And I'm like, you know, yes. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, okay, like point taken.
I mean, we got like caught up in like people's drama. By chance, this dude came up and he was just like, he just, no prompting, just decided to tell us these relationship issues he was having with this one girl that he was just madly in love with that had blue hair. He's just like, man, this like girl, she's at this frat party, she's got blue hair. I'm madly in love with her.
She was such a manic pixie dream girl.
But she has feelings for her roommate.
Oh my god, they were roommates.
Conveniently enough, 5 minutes later, the fucking blue-haired girl that this dude's in love with just fucking like walks up to us and is just like, man, I fucking hate this one guy. He keeps fucking annoying me.
I don't know why both parties decided to come to us to vent about their relationship angst.
Without knowing that the other one had also come to us. And then later on the way home, the dude that like talked to us and confided in us. He ordered the same Uber because we like did that Uber thing.
Yeah,
where,
we did like the carpool thing.
Carpool Uber.
Because it's cheaper.
He was apparently texting the Uber driver just being like, please pick me up. I'm drunk as hell and I don't know where I am. Then like he got into the car and we were just like, oh shit, it's you.
The first time I went to a frat party, I wish Kate was there. Would have had a good time. So basically I was at this frat party. It was my first frat party ever. What I love about like our school is it's like majority of the student population were like the unpopular kids in high school, so like a lot of them it's their first like actual party experience.
Yeah.
So there's just like a bunch of people that are just in the corner of the room. We played 80s like party songs because we knew that the neighbors would get nostalgic and wouldn't call the cops on us. We played a lot of like classic rock and stuff because we knew that the neighbors would be like, I remember when I listened to Journey at that club that one time. I just remember there was this kid that he got into a scuffle in the party and they asked him to leave because he kept causing problems. This kid had like some Maleficent energy, okay, because he was not gonna take no for an answer. He goes to like the house that was next door and he climbs on the roof of this neighboring house. And he just looks down at the party like
a vulture.
Like a vulture. And I was just like, what's the deal with that kid? And they're like, oh yeah, we just kicked him out.
Africa by Toto is playing.
Yes, and we're just like, yeah, and then this kid's just like... I was also with this friend Brian at this party. I kind of pride myself on my self-preservation instincts. I'm very intuitive and I can tell when shit's gonna go down. I heard that the cops were coming before anyone else. And I was like, oh shit, the cops are coming.
Everybody's a cookie cup, huh?
I grabbed Brian and we just Naruto run through the crowd. And I found this back gate that was like locked, and I somehow like a wild horse like kicked it down.
With her back feet, she put her two front feet on the ground and she took her back feet and like fucking like she kicked it like a horse.
I ran into one of my other friends and we were waiting for like an Uber, and this kid runs up to us and he's got a bag, like a plastic like sandwich bag filled with Coke. Like it would land you in like prison for a long time. And he just was like, can you hold this?
Can you hold this? Yeah, sure, buddy.
And we were like, no thank you. And he's just like, all right, have a good night. And he just runs. Like I found out later, I'm like, why were the cops called? Like we played the 80s, you know, music to, you know, appease the neighbors. Like, why did they call the cops on us? The leader of the frat, he was like, oh no, he's like, they called because they were concerned. And I'm like, why were they concerned? And he's like, well, I guess there were kids that were leaving the party and they started laying in the street. Mm-hmm. And the neighbors were like, someone's gonna get ran over.
Maybe that was the point.
I guess the cops were chill, I guess, because they weren't like called for a noise complaint. They kind of were just like, hey, can you like tell your friends to not lay in the street?
To like stop trying to kill themselves?
Tell them to get a counselor or something.
Segueing back into the one that I was at, it was just one hell of a night.
This was Kate's first frat party.
This was my first frat party. Me and Cassie were like chilling in that area like all night. Suddenly, one of our friends just decided to come up, and he was like, you know, having a hard time, and I didn't feel like that was, you know, because I'm not as close with him as Cassidy is, so I was just like, I feel like this isn't my place. So they were like chilling in the bathroom, and I'm just like, well, I'm gonna go downstairs, I'm gonna party some more. I go and I'm like walking down the stairs. There's this guy like vomiting up what just looks like pure fucking vodka. I don't know how much he drank, but it was just like
it was just clear
bucketfuls of just vodka. So it looks like water. I knew it was vomit. People just I guess just thought that it was
water,
H2O. There are these British folk with togas at this frat party. I see this British dude in a toga drop his little robe thing, pick it up and just go, oh, and then like just wrap it around him again, and like with the big British smile on his face, like, yup, I'm having the time of my life. And I'm just like, ooh. I like walk down the stairs and I'm just like, sir, I was just like, that on the floor, that is vomit. He was just like, is it? And I was just like, yes. He's just like, it looks like water to me. And I'm just like, I saw it. I think it's just pure vodka, but it came out of somebody's
stomach,
intestines. And he was just like, you mean to tell me that my robe is covered in sick? And I was just like, yes. I was just like, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, British dude, but yes. And he was just like, oh. And he just like takes it and just throws it on the ground and walks away. I'm just like, yep, that'll do that. You know, grabbed your coat and mine. I put on my coat and, you know, I just decided to go outside. Because there were just a bunch of people waiting for Ubers and shit, and basically, like, the party was kind of calming down. People were just waiting for Uber. They're just, like, a bunch of drunk people, overly friendly, and just drunk as shit. I'm not the type of person that, like, usually goes around talking to people, but, like, I was like, my best friend is gone. She's not here. And I have her coat. Well, when you put those two things together, I have her coat, and she's not here. My drunk brain was like, I gotta tell everybody about this. But I would just go up to people, I'd just be like, hi. They'd just be like, hey. I'd just be like, I have my best friend's coat. They're just like, oh, well, where's your best friend? I'm just like, upstairs in a bathroom. And they're just like, oh. I'm just like, I miss her. And they're just like, oh, well, I'll go see if I can find her, you know? So I kept going around, and I kept, like, talking to, like, everyone around. Go up to a new group of people and just be like, hey. And they'd just be like, hi. I'd just be like, this is my best friend's coat. She's no longer with me right now. She's in a bathroom on the 3rd floor. They were just like, oh man, that sucks. You know, we're gonna help you.
So basically what happened then on my end, there kept being knocks on the door. We kept opening up the door and we're like, hey, can like, we help you or whatever? And they're like,
do I have a Cassidy here?
They're like, yeah. And they're like, well, her best friend, she has her coat. And we were like, okay. Another knock happened. It's like, yes. And they're like, is Cassidy in there? Her best friend wants me to tell her that, she has her coat. Excuse me, is there Cassidy in there? Her best friend wanted me to tell you that she has your coat. And I open up the door, and there's, like, 8 people standing there in line. And I thought, like, okay, like, one of them has to go to the bathroom. And I'm like, okay, like, why are you guys all, like, waiting here? Is this Cassidy in there? All 8 of them standing there were from you. They didn't have to go to the bathroom. All 8 of them unknowingly had the same mission of telling me that my best friend was waiting for me and had my coat.
All that I had to do was talk to the people around me.
They were all your friggin' minions.
And I didn't know what else to bring up other than the fact that I had my best friend's coat and she was in a bathroom. I didn't know necessarily that people were going up to the bathroom and shit. And everyone had left. Like, the frat house was, like, completely, like, cleared out and shit. And I was just chilling in the kitchen with her coat. She finally walks down the stairs and comes up to me. And I'm just like, hi, I have your coat. By that point, she was probably just like, that's it. I'm fucking done.
I was like, yeah, I heard.
I've heard.
Then there was another frat party we went to that we just spent most of it, because I got intoxicated very quickly. And this really, really lovely frat boy named Pierce was like, I'm not leaving you out here in this party. You need to be protected. So he went.
Yeah, so he shoved us in a room.
He shoved
with
us
backpacks and coats. And he was just like, you are going to stay in here for the rest of the night. Slammed the door, padlocked it, and was just like, you're never leaving. And then we were just like, and then we climbed out the window, and then we went through the air ducts, and then we crashed into the fucking, and then we got arrested.
No, that was not what happened. I spent 2 frat parties, like, just talking crap about my ex. Fast forward to the most recent last frat party we went to. We didn't know it would be our last one in a long time, but it was. Weed had just been officially legalized. It was January 2020. We had no idea what was about to befall us. We just thought, hey, 2020. 420. This is gonna be the best year ever.
2420.
There was this one room in this frat house. It was cold out because it was like January, so that's why people weren't outside. people were all just sitting in this room, either smoking weed or cigarettes.
It was a
smoke
hot
room.
Baxpalooza.
I just went off about how my ex got a job at Taco Bell with his fiance, which he got engaged after he broke up with me. And I was just going on about how they worked at Taco Bell and they were gonna have their Taco Bell dreams, which I don't even know, but there was a crowd of people, it was like a group of people that they just were laughing at me going on this drunken, petty rant. I was just going off about how Taco Bell is the worst fast food restaurant.
Yeah, she had an audience.
And then the conclusion of that night, Kate, Brian, and I walked in the middle of Chicago on a wintry night, cross-faded, to this diner that we had never been to.
Do we even remember where that is?
No. I don't
even know
I
where
just remember
it's
we
at.
crossed bridges. It was not like...
It was not by our dorm.
No, it was not close. And luckily the food was very, very good. Because there was also, like, crowds of people that were there waiting to get in because, like, everybody, I guess, had the same idea. They wanted, like, late night diner food.
It was like 2 a.m. Why was it so crowded?
I just remember, like, being clearly cross-faded and being like, you guys have a nice night and you guys are... I remember there was, like, literally people that were just like, hey, can I have some of whatever you're having? And I got some chicken strips and some breakfast food.
I got breakfast food.
It was really good.
I had, like, bacon and, like, eggs and shit.
It was
It
so
was
good.
amazing to eat while you're cross-faded. Some of the best food is when you're cross-faded. Everything tastes
So much
10
better.
times better.
Yeah. So hopefully there'll be more party stories to tell. If you like what you saw, please click like and subscribe.
Subscribe to see more of whatever the heck this was.
Bye.
Bye.